Guys, it's really important to know when to say no. Okay, as you go into this new year 2021, it's really important that you're taking on projects and working on collaborations that actually fit the purpose and the vision of your brand. It's so important to not be so obsessed with just doing more work that you forget to do the right work. Okay, the right work is the work that is in line with your brand purpose and kind of where you want to go, where you want to kind of reach in your journey, right? Anything that does not contribute to that, anything that does not benefit that, you have to say no to. And I know it's hard because there are some really, attractive and juicy opportunities out there, but you need to think about the bigger picture. Will this benefit me, right? Will this actually help me to get closer to where I really want to be? Because if the answer to that is no, then you've got to say no. It's really important that you are investing your energy and your time and your effort into the right thing in this new year. Time is finite, okay? You only have so much time, you only have so much resources, you only have so much energy. So you have to make sure that you're investing all of these things into the right projects for you, for what you want to do, for what you want to achieve. And yeah, it's difficult, but being able to say no clearly and confidently is really empowering and will really help keep you focused and on track. You could even take this a step further though by saying not enough. Okay, creatives come to me all the time, and when they tell me about a project that they've been commissioned on and they share with me how much they charge for it, my jaw just drops, because I'm like, there is no way you should have accepted an offer like that, right? It's too low. In this 2021, you need to charge what you're worth, okay? And the only way you're going to be able to accurately do that is if you can clearly identify the value that you bring to the table. When someone is paying you for a service or for a product, they are not just paying for that service and product. They are paying for the experience that you have, right? They are paying for the time you've invested, the resources that you've invested into this thing. I mean, a common saying that we hear a lot today is that, if I can do something for you in 1 hour, then that's because it's taken me X amount of years, right? So you're not just paying for that 1 hour, you're paying for the years of experience behind that as well. And that's the exact same way that creatives should operate, especially in this 2021. Just because you can make a logo for someone, within a few days or a few weeks, all the time that you spent researching how to put together an effective logo, all the time you spent analyzing other logos in their industry and seeing what's kind of popular and how you can play around with it, all of that time invested needs to be accounted for as well. So it's super important that in this 2021 you are charging what you're worth, because you're definitely worth it. However, if you do not take that time to clearly sit down and be able to clearly analyze what it is that you bring to the table, it will be difficult for you to feel confident enough to charge people more than what you're charging right now. So as a general kind of guide for people, I always say it's really good to have a price range, right? So you have the kind of average price that you would gladly accept, but below that you should have your kind of the minimum you would ever accept. So if anyone ever try to offer you less than that, it would be a straight up no. But then above the average price, then you should have your kind of upper band, which should be around 20 to 25% more than the average kind of asking price. And the benefit of having that higher range is that that's where you start from, and then you kind of work your way down through negotiations if necessary, down to kind of what you would actually be happy to accept for that thing. The reason that is because that gives you a level of flexibility that doesn't then pinch you in the pocket, right? So if you're able to give yourself that leeway, that bit of leverage between kind of what you ordinarily would accept and kind of this higher band, then you're able to be a bit more flexible. Only if the project is really something that you think will be beneficial to you, should you dip any lower than what you would ordinarily be happy to accept. That's only for cases of emergency where you're desperate to work with this particular brand and you think it'll be really pivotal for your brand and where you want to go. That is the only reason that you should accept less than your average kind of asking price. It's really important to set things up this way so it's clear for you, and so that people do not take advantage of your talent, your skill, your ability, especially in this 2021. So that is just my kind of word of advice for you, in order to ensure that you're getting paid exactly what you're worth.